Happy Sunday. This is Adam and Carrie Anderson, founders of Whole Life Entrepreneurship.
Hi guys. Hope you've had a great week. It was Halloween. Yeah.
Spooky.
Fall is here. It's weird. We went to Bangkok and came back and it was
Cold.
fall and cold and
We got on the plane sweating, we got back, and now we are cold.
yeah, October's over. Bye.
Christmas
later.
music
I know.
started like right when Halloween was finished.
We're already listening to Christmas music. It's pretty batty. I'm not ready.
No.
I'll be honest. I'm
Yeah.
not ready.
Forget you, Thanksgiving. Straight to Christmas.
Yeah. You look super fancy today.
Yeah, we took family photos today, and
We did.
we got a power blazer on.
And he's still wearing his monkey suit.
Good. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to a entrepreneurial conference this
A business
week,
conference.
and so I'm trying out dressing like an adult for a while. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
it's kind of nice. It's certainly a switch from my previous life as a nurse, where I wore pajamas all the time, and then my next career was as a fitness instructor, where I wear yoga pants
Pajamas.
all the time.
Pajamas.
So it's kind of nice every now and then to be able to look nice and dress up.
Yep.
But we're really excited. This conference is the Rise Business Conference here in Charleston, South Carolina. That is with Rachel Hollis. I'm a big fan of hers. Not just because of her message, which is awesome. I mean, certainly her books have spoken to me, but more because of the empire that she's built. And I think that it's a really, really interesting way that she's done it. And so I'm excited to be able to go see her, and the people on her conference docket look pretty amazing. They're pretty big ticket names, so that should be fun. I am really excited. How about you?
Yeah. Well,
Do I not sound like I'm excited?
I am
I'm
really excited.
I am really excited.
This is going to be the best conference that we went to that day.
Let me tell you guys, today is the first day of daylight savings here in the South. And I know not everybody, especially like we were just in Thailand, they don't observe it. So the first few days of this is really gonna kick my butt. It's dark outside.
You just got over jet lag.
I did.
Just got over
I did
jet
not
lag.
plan this well.
So here's what I am excited about with this Rise conference.
Rise Business.
Rachel Hollis wrote a couple of awesome books directed straight at women, right? And she then took that and turned it into a business. So she does Rise conferences, but then this is a Rise Business Conference. And you asked me a little while ago, we had a little conversation about what's the difference? Why is there a need for a Rise business? Why is there a need for a specific business type conferences versus just life conferences? And that kind of brought up a cool conversation around what exactly is this entrepreneurial life, this entre life. We're working on it.
We've been playing with it.
Familypreneur? No. Some of our friends from the Dynamite Circle, when I
Called
asked
it a partnership.
like a family in a partnership?
That's-
Partnership?
By far my favorite.
By far.
By far.
Well done.
My favorite is the partnership. Family partnership. Love it. Yeah.
That's
so,
how you get pink eye.
You know, we're constantly trying to improve and tighten up our message here and at Whole Life Entrepreneurship. And you know, we even would like to create a new word. So if you have ideas, throw them out. I mean, I'm just super excited to hear
We're looking for the word that is
that describes
a
what
couple
who
has a company
who own a business
and
and
a
live the
family.
lifestyle. You know, live the entrepreneurial lifestyle like we did. Whether that means they work in the business together, or there's a business owner and then there's like a what I call a home-based partner, a chief family officer who takes care of all the family stuff. Like, we want to come up with a word for that, because we really, really believe that this is a lifestyle. There are some really unique challenges to this lifestyle that if you are not in the lifestyle, you might not necessarily understand.
Well, let's talk about the lifestyle. So that way,
the lifestyle of the life of an entrepreneur.
so can I let me walk you through the cash flow quadrant.
That sounds so fun.
Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, has an explanation on what's the difference between employee, self-employed, entrepreneur, and investor. And I'll go real fast because this can be super boring stuff. Go to Adam Anderson CEO's YouTube channel and check out the well done YouTube videos there.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. So, hey, Bobby Rock, what's up?
Hey, Bobby
So,
Rock.
as an employee, you trade your time for money, and the more someone values that time, the more money they pay you, and they take all the risks other than that. Then you're self-employed, you trade your time for money again, same formula, however much they value your time, they give you back that, but you charge more because you also take that risk. So now you're self-employed doing all the thing. Then you move down to entrepreneurship, business owner, where you trade other people's time for money. And now you have all the risk that employee was letting the business take up here. Now you own that too. So you own all of the risk from all three quadrants by the time you get to entrepreneurship. And then you got investor, and that's witchcraft. Don't look at that. So when we talk about the entrepreneurial life, we're talking about all the positives and all the negatives.
Sure.
The positives is you're not trading your time for money anymore. You're making money while you sleep. You're making money because of what other people are doing. But now you've also taken on all this risk and all this volatility, and you're the one who's standing between that risk and the people who are running your systems. And that causes really weird stresses. Our girl, Trisha Hart. What's up, Trisha?
Today's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Trisha.
Boom. Lots and lots of research into what causes marriages to fail, what causes partnerships to fail, and it's money and intimacy. And when you are absorbing all the risk and all the responsibility,
Yeah.
it's tough.
It is. I just really believe that it can be a very stressful lifestyle, and I think that it can be so fulfilling.
Your corgi agreed. I just heard
She's
it
like
growl.
outside. I can see her outside the glass door
Guys,
here,
let me in.
looking at us like, guys.
No, corgi. You're not for camera.
But I just think that there is this belief amongst people who don't live the lifestyle that it's so easy, that all you have to do is be a little bit crazy. And I do think you need a healthy dose of crazy sometimes to...
We call that the reality distortion field.
Yeah, and it's just, it can be very, very cool to have the freedom to be able to create what you want, to be able to, in theory, do something you really love and make a living doing it. What people don't understand oftentimes is that it's a communal effort for a family. So that also means that it's a communal sacrifice. So for him to go and be able to live his dream, sometimes that means that my kids go a couple of days without seeing their dad because maybe he's traveling, or maybe I go a couple of days without support because he's staying out, doing meetings at night, or whatever the case may be. There are a lot of things that people just don't realize happen behind the scenes, and I think that that's oftentimes the thing that gets ignored.
Yeah.
That there are certainly stressors and troubles there that you cannot understand if you don't live the lifestyle.
Our good friend, high school buddy of mine, Balder Saunders, Dread Clampton's his band, go check it out, has a song called The House of Golden Bars. And the entrepreneurial life is a house of golden bars because you spend your time building this cathedral to these ideals of freedom of time, freedom of money, freedom of... But what you really have done is you have hooked yourself to this ideal, and now everyone's got to go along with you. And this house of golden bars, this amazing thing you built, is now also a prison if you don't approach it the right way.
Or two other things happen. one, you start building this crazy thing and it takes you 2 years to do it. Okay, so that's the reality. I mean, a startup takes usually at least that long. I mean, startups can be like hard.
Buy a
and
business.
you better have the money to be able to do it.
Just go buy one.
Or figure out how to stay funded during those 2 years. And you better just understand that it's gonna suck. It is going to suck.
Or be fun. There's some fun.
Has that ever happened?
It sucks.
For you? You've had like 19
It
startups.
sucks and it's fun at the same time. It's like going up the roller coaster at the same time you're going down the roller coaster.
Well, the other thing that can happen is past the startup phase, you become super successful,
Well, yes I did. So did you.
but now your time is maxed out.
Oh, I sacrificed to
You've built a business in which you cannot scale yourself because you are not clonable.
Yep.
So then you're stuck. You're stuck in a situation where either you are the product and you have to be readily available 100% of the time. That's what I really like about Rachel Hollis, is that she has built this other situation so that while she has a lot of balls in play, all of those things are working towards the empire.
Yep.
On this sort of a spoke situation.
Well, she works with her husband too, right? And
yes.
they went from 4 people to 44 people in like 12 to 18 months.
That's really interesting.
That is what it takes to move from being the product. So, startup sucks, fun. Cash in, that's the second level. You're cashing back into your
like,
your
woohoo,
business.
I made it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby.
But look, now you got no free time. You're 100% in, and this is where most divorces happen. Because the entrepreneur is so focused on the startup and finally getting traction, and we actually saw this quite a bit. We're not going to talk about that, but we've seen it a lot in some of our social circles. And then now we're talking about where Rachel Hollis is right now, and that is startup, cash in. No, bro down's number 4.
Oh.
Startup, cash in, sell out. This means you get out of the way, you do the thing that you're supposed to do, and you let other people who are amazing step in and help. And so whole life entrepreneurship, startup, cash in, startup, cash in, startup. We're still doing this right here, bouncing back and forth. We're trying to leapfrog here and go right over to here. But that's hard to do if you haven't done it before.
Yeah.
And last is bro down.
I'd love for us to go through all your phases of business at some point, but today's not the day.
No, it's not.
I mean, what I really don't think other people get about the lifestyle is that while all of this angst is going on, oftentimes there is a partner who doesn't even understand all of these pieces. I didn't. I know with 100% certainty that I did not understand the financial stress of this, the financial responsibility of this, or the fact that it would change Adam's priorities so much because the business became such a part of his identity, a part of who he was, a part of the constant pressure that he felt to produce and succeed and provide. I mean, like, constant, around the clock, took over every waking moment of his life.
That word provide is so strong, because if you take the idea that I'm doing all this work and I'm doing 80-hour weeks and I'm absent and I all of that is forgiven because I'm providing for my family. I'm giving them a lifestyle they've never been able to have. And that's what's going through your head.
It's justifiable.
It's a trap, because maybe it's justifiable for the short term, but when that becomes your life and you've been in there for 10 to 15 years,
such a slippery slope.
Now you're addicted to that. And it's actually getting in the way of your personal growth and your company's growth. And by the way, you're probably on your next wife by now.
Yes. It can be really destructive. It can be really, really destructive. And so these are the things, right, that really make the difference and are what designated as a lifestyle. And so then we have to treat this lifestyle as something that has to be handled sort of with kid gloves, right? I always say that this is like being in the military, not to diminish the sacrifice that military make, but what I mean is that we have a risky lifestyle that requires a lot of, by choice, to put yourself under pressure, to require a lot of flexibility for yourself and your family, like drop of the hat, everybody's got to get up and move, or whatever the case may be. And, also just the level of commitment that it takes. But we don't have bases that we live on together. We don't have, healthcare and mental health services provided to us. And, we don't have that sense of community sitting there waiting for us. And
there's no one sharing the mission.
There's no one.
Right? And when you are an entrepreneurial family, you're an island unto yourself. And by the way, if you're not sharing the mission, like the entrepreneur's on a mission, I'm going to build this $1 billion empire, and the other person is like, no, I'm not. I don't want to do that. That's real bad. Same thing with the military family. If the person who is enlisted or the officer is on a mission and the spouse doesn't buy into it, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
So the lifestyle has an awful lot. I always think of like ER doctors or people who have strange work hours. Yeah. There's a lot of folks who have a lot of complexity in their lives.
Yeah, we never want anybody to think like we're minimizing their lifestyle.
No.
We're just talking about our experience.
Yeah, right. Some people distribute beer. And they,
like Bobby Rock.
Oh, hey, what's up, girl? And, travel all over the place. And sales is a thing. And all this stuff is a thing. So we're not saying that the entrepreneurial life is something you should go after or even should pursue. But what we are saying is that every single profession has its own set of challenges.
Yeah. And
to think that one is better because the grass is greener than what you're currently experiencing, that's usually a lie. Me leaving entrepreneurship to go back to corporate America, that would be a horrible thing for me. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I'm like, wouldn't it be neat to just have someone give me a paycheck for 8 hours of work?
And not have to worry.
Wow.
Yeah. But then again, you have experiences where you find your people and they are big dreamers like you are, and they're problem solvers and they're innovators and that's how it is in the DC. And just having just been around this group of fantastic people, that's why we do this. That's why we choose this every day, even though it can be really hard, just because it is just about the most creative form of making money.
Hashtag
and losing money.
Hashtag drinking bourbon on the moon 2035.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So I'm just really passionate about the fact that this lifestyle needs some attention, and we want to dispel some myths, call attention to some things that need some light shed on them. And then maybe we can all do this a little bit better.
Can I tell you one more thing and then we wrap it up?
Sure.
There is a hidden shame inside of most entrepreneurs that no matter what they do, the company isn't big enough, that it's always got to grow more. And this shame is rooted in the fact that they believe it all could go away tomorrow because it is so volatile. There's never a time that you can literally just be comfortable and like, I got it. That is until you progress far enough and then you've built systems. But for the vast majority of entrepreneurs, it looks great on the outside and they are very, very fragile on the inside. So if you know an entrepreneur and they look like they're having a pretty good day,
hug an entrepreneur.
Go hug one. Yeah, and actually take a selfie with you hugging that entrepreneur and send it our way. Right.
Yes.
And if you're yourself are an entrepreneur, go ask for a hug. You deserve it.
High five yourself, buddy.
Or a self hug.
Can I let you in on another little secret?
I thought we were going to be done. I'm sorry.
I know. I thought we were too. But a little secret about the partner. because I've always got to advocate for the partner and advocate for the family, and
Tell me more.
there is a hidden shame
So much hidden shame.
in the partner as well, because there's such association with the entrepreneur's choices, and so there's a little bit of shame, I think, because your failure would be my failure, even though I didn't necessarily have anything to do with it.
Oh, that's
So
a
I
lot of
think
pressure now.
let me be real vulnerable here and be like, sometimes there have been situations where things have happened and I have been embarrassed by your choices.
Say it ain't so. I totally get it.
And
Yeah. When the company fails, or when you make a
and it
a dodgy
reflects on me.
Oh, I'm so sorry that your internet cafe closed. What happened? What went wrong? We're bad at business.
I mean,
we
exactly.
don't know stuff. Money,
Exactly. So,
cash flow.
maybe hug a spouse today. Ask permission.
Yeah, please do ask permission for
But-
all of this.
Think about that. Think about it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes it a lifestyle. We chose to do this thing called life together, and so we really try and support each other in that. But I think it's so cool that we have this platform now and we can all share it together.
Yeah, okay.
Now we can wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah,
Wrap it up.
wrap it up.
Boom.
Thanks, guys. If you want to learn more about whole life entrepreneurship, please visit WLEmission.com, and we will see you next Sunday night. Have a great week, guys.
Yeah. Hashtag hug an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Bye.
Or their spouse. Ask first.